Okay, why are you being weird? Sarah wasn't even fully in bed yet. One sock still on. Blanket halfway pulled up. TV still playing quietly in the background. Phone charging on the nightstand. And somehow, Oliver, who normally disappeared for a while before bed, had suddenly become impossible to ignore. Bathroom, followed, bedroom, followed. Sit on the edge of the bed? There he was, not meowing, not climbing into her lap, just watching. Then he walked to the doorway, stopped, looked back at her, waited. So Sarah ignored him. For about 5 seconds. Oliver left, then came back. Same doorway, same stare, same weird level of confidence, like he had somewhere important to be, and she was somehow late. Okay, fine. Sarah got up, followed him down the hallway, into the kitchen, where Oliver immediately sat beside his food bowl. And that's when she realized something. She hadn't decided to go to the kitchen. The cat had. Somehow, over the course of about 30 seconds, Oliver had quietly convinced a fully grown human being to get out of bed and follow him somewhere else. And the strange part? Most cat owners have had a moment exactly like that. A moment where they suddenly realize they're opening doors, changing schedules, moving blankets, adjusting sleeping positions, or quietly reorganizing parts of daily life because a cat seems to prefer things a certain way. Which raises a funny question. What if we got the story backward? What if cats didn't spend thousands of years adapting themselves to humans? What if they became successful by getting humans to adapt to them? Because once you look at the history of cats, and the way modern cats still influence human behavior every single day, it starts looking suspiciously like the domestication process may have worked both ways. And this gets much more interesting once you realize cats never followed the same rules dogs did. 1. Cats never really joined human society, the way dogs did. When people think about domesticated animals, they usually imagine dogs. Humans selected dogs for specific jobs: herding, guarding, hunting, retrieving. Over thousands of years, dogs became specialized around human needs. Cats took a different path. Early farming settlements had a rodent problem. Stored grain attracted mice. Mice attracted wildcats. For cats, it was an easy food source. For humans, they helped reduce pests. No contracts, no training, just mutual benefit. Here's the fascinating part. Researchers believe cats largely domesticated themselves. Humans didn't train them into companions. The cats showed up on their own, stayed because it worked, and slowly adapted to living alongside people. Think about that. Dogs were shaped by humans. Cats adapted to humans. And that small difference changed everything. 2. Humans started changing their behavior too. At first, the relationship was simple. Cats caught rodents. Humans tolerated cats. Everybody wins. But over time, something changed. Humans started adjusting, leaving food scraps, allowing cats closer to homes, protecting the ones that stuck around. Small changes, nothing intentional, but they added up. Because eventually, those tiny adjustments turned into behavior. Humans began making space for cats. Literally. Cat beds, cat trees, window perches, scratching posts. Entire corners of homes quietly redesigned around them. And here's where Oliver starts making more sense. Sarah didn't consciously assign him part of the kitchen. Yet somehow it became his feeding station. Permanent, non-negotiable. The cat adapted to humans, but humans also adapted to cats. And once cats realized humans could be influenced, they became surprisingly good at it. 3. Cats learned exactly how humans work. Here's the part most people miss. Cats don't need to understand human language perfectly. They only need to understand human behavior, and they're extremely good at it. Most cats quickly learn things like who feeds them, who responds fastest to sound, what time humans wake up, which actions lead to attention, what routines usually lead to food. In other words, cats study us constantly. Think about how often your cat shows up right before something happens. Before meals, before bedtime, before you sit down, right before you get busy. Coincidence? Usually not. Cats are pattern experts, and humans are very predictable patterns. Oliver wasn't pulling Sarah into the kitchen for no reason. He was acting on experience. If I do this, the human usually follows. Which brings us to one of the most successful feline inventions ever created. The meow. 4. Your cat is probably using a sound that was designed for you. Here's something fascinating. Adult cats don't meow much at each other. They rely on scent, body language, and positioning. But with humans, it's different. We get the meows, lots of them, because cats learned something over time. Humans respond to sound, especially sounds that feel urgent, emotional, or hard to ignore. So they leaned into it. A meow gets attention. Attention gets a response. And that response reinforces the behavior again and again. Some researchers believe domestic cats even developed vocal patterns specifically effective at getting human attention. And it worked. Now imagine that repeating across generations, millions of humans reacting instantly to sounds from animals that weigh less than a bowling ball. And somehow that became normal. 5. Your daily schedule might already belong to your cat. Think about your day, seriously. How many decisions involve your cat? Wake-up time, feeding time, playtime, door opening time, window access time, bedtime negotiations, even blanket positioning. The list gets surprisingly long. And before anyone objects, yes, you're still in charge. Mostly, probably. But cats shape routines through repetition. If a cat sits by the door every evening, many owners eventually open it. If a cat shows up near the food bowl every morning, many owners eventually respond. If a cat jumps on the bed at the same time every night, owners slowly adjust around it. Not because they're forced, but because routines form naturally. And then they stick. 6. Cats never became dogs. And that was their advantage. One reason cats are so fascinating is that they stayed surprisingly cat-like. Dogs often look to humans for guidance. Cats tend to make more independent decisions. Not because they're stubborn. Not because they're plotting world domination. At least, probably not. But because their domestication path was different. Cats weren't bred around human-directed jobs the way dogs were. They kept more of their natural independence, which means modern cats don't behave like animals working for humans, but more like animals that chose to live alongside them. That's a small difference, but an important one. It explains why cats can feel affectionate and independent at the same time. They enjoy the relationship. They benefit from it. But they still operate on their own terms. And that leads to a common misunderstanding. Because despite the jokes, cats didn't actually take over. Something more interesting happened. If cats truly dominated humans, the relationship wouldn't have lasted. And if humans completely controlled cats, it probably wouldn't have lasted either. What made it work is simple. Both sides benefit. Humans get companionship, pest control, and a surprising amount of entertainment. Cats get food, shelter, safety, and climate-controlled comfort. So despite the jokes about cats running the house, the truth is more balanced. Cats adapted to us. We adapted to them. And together, we built one of the most successful animal-human relationships in history. That's my cue. My cat just sat by an empty food bowl and somehow made it feel urgent, so I'll go handle that. FurEver.